Hey everyone, the latest set of Force of Will, Judgment of the Rogue Planet was released recently, and this set is introducing a new type of resonator known as Legacy Resonators, which are kind of a first since the change to Wanderer, in that these are resonators that directly support a lot of the older cluster rulers, which is a very cool direction for the company. So essentially the way these work is that they have a keyword known as reincarnation, which allows you to stack these resonators for free at the moment onto the J-ruler side of older rulers after judgmenting. And these resonators essentially will gain the abilities of the older resonators, of the older J-rulers, as well as any of the newer abilities that they have printed on the card. For now, this is a bit generic between the introduced legacy rulers. They essentially have a cost reduction ability in case you're going to hard cast them. They're going to have an enter ability that lets you search for their respective legacy chant. And they'll have a God's Art that has a nod back to one of their older cards in their respective clusters. They also all have an inheritance ability that's going to support their archetype through production of will or another ability in theme with their ruler. So as an example to how the mechanic's going to work, let's say you're going to be contracting Gil for 3 will. If you happen to have the Gil Liberated Conjurer in your hand, you can use the reincarnation keyword to essentially stack the resonator over your Gil J-ruler, and he's going to gain all the abilities that the J-ruler would have had normally, as well as your enter abilities, as well as the abilities that the new Gil has on top. So before we get into their legacy chants, I just need to briefly mention there are some new resonators known as Chronogear resonators, which have their own separate mechanics as well, but they do come into play with these legacy rulers in that when these are in the grave and you judgment your legacy ruler, these will actually stack under your ruler, giving them an extra ability, and they're also required to get the full effects of your legacy chants. A quick example would be if you were to judgment your Alice J ruler and you reincarnate with Alice Liberated Guardian, you're able to put the Chronogear under Alice, and she's going to gain the ability to add a card from your remove area into your hand whenever you attack, as well as be able to tap to destroy a resonator or addition. Then here are the legacy chants. So these are all structured similarly in that they are all searched out by the legacy rulers when they enter the field, and they all have solarization 1. So instead of paying the full 2 will, you are able to put a card from your remove area on the bottom of your deck, and then they become unchaseable as long as you have their respective legacy ruler or any legacy ruler of their attribute in general. But right now we currently only have the specific rulers that were released with this set. And then they also have a stronger version of their abilities if you do have that Chronogear that we mentioned earlier stacked underneath the ruler. So all in all of this support for legacy rulers is really cool, and I'm hoping to see how it continues to develop, as well as how viable these rulers are compared to rulers within this past cluster.